Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back. It is round 10 here in the Intrepid Racing League Tier 1. We're here in the lovely country of Italy, and it's going to be a wild race today here at the Temple of Speed at Monza. I'm your commentator as usual, GoldenSniper, the man who got the P5 in the T2 race yesterday. Hashtag fuck you all. Let's see which one of these drivers is going to edge their way into that pole position spot, as you have actually got a couple new drivers today racing. We've got Loch Ness in the Aston Martin, and we do have actually Morgan Hughes, who did race the T2 race yesterday, is reserving for Mercedes. We also have Lost Yuki in the Sauber making his debut, and we also have Millard in the Ferrari and Ransdell in the other Aston Martin. So it's going to be a very wet qualifying here, so it means all the intermediate tires are going to be flying on. As for Kano, is actually going to retire from the session early. He may have a quali ban to hold a heel start at the back for this Italian Grand Prix, as we wait to see which one of the drivers is going to come out first in the pits. As we're just waiting for the drivers to come out, when a quick look at the World Constructor standings, we have Haas still up top, but their gap has been slowly edged out by Red Bull in P2, McLaren in P3, Sauber P4, Alpine in P5. They can jump Sauber if they get a good haul of points this weekend. Ferrari with 116 points in P6, Red Racing Bulls P7, Mercedes P8, Williams P9, and down at the bottom is Aston Martin. But let's see if they can actually get some good haul points. They haven't had the best of runs so far in Tier 1, but there's actually an Aston Martin about to come out the pits now, I believe. Speaking of coming out the pits, there is a Mercedes already out. It is Solzi. The man who's had some great runs for a couple of weeks. He had that brilliant Monaco podium in Tier 1 and Tier 2, I believe. And so let's see if he can recoup that form here in Monza. The intermediate tyres are on. And let's just have a look at his outlap here. The only driver, well, two drivers actually out on track. The other one is the Aston Martin of Loch Ness on his debut. Let's see if he can pull a Meeks and get some good points on his debut. And as you see Soldi coming around the Lesmos corners, still not burning his ERS, as it is just an outlap. Couple drivers also coming out. Damien actually returning for Williams. He's come out of retirement. He's had enough of his other sim racing jobs. He's had enough of iRacing. He's had enough of Assetto Corsa. He's back, and we do welcome him with open arms back into Tier 1. Let's hope he can have some good points on the board for Williams on his return, as Solzi is coming down the long straight after the Sierra chicane, and he's going to start his flying. We're going to go all the way with him as he comes out. Parabolica. Comes out of Parabolica now. He's going to start his flying lap. I'm going to turn off telemetry because I'm a bit of a retard. Anyway, he's coming out. It's going to be a beautiful rundown to the first mini chicane here, as that straight just keeps getting longer and longer. They do call it Temple of Speed, and there's around 330 kilometers to that chicane. He brakes a little bit later than he wanted, almost clips the corner and almost spins out after that second curve, but he does get it all right. Coming up now to the second chicane. A lovely left-hander here as he's finished the Sector 1 around the corner. What time does he get? The yellow flag in Sector 1. That is one of the, I believe it's one of the Sauber drivers actually spun around on track as Solzi does get the chicane. Absolutely pin perfect. Now he's on the run down to Lesmos, brakes a little bit and just floors it around that nice little straight. And he's coming up to the next corner. Lesmos to that nice right-hander. Almost clips the curb and goes off, but he keeps it in that lovely zone on track, and he's going to fly down all the way to a Sierra chicane. No DRS because it's absolutely pacing down harder than, I don't know. And a Sierra chicane is done absolutely lovely here on the exit and on the entrance. Lovely camera shot there from the camera crew. Someone needs to be given a raise. Anyway, here's a run down to the final corner. Parabolica, one of the most famous corners on this track. You saw Charles Leclerc actually bin it in 2020 when they raced here in Monza. Obviously, Pierre Gasly won that race. Let's see if Solzi can do the same. He comes across the line now, sets the benchmark of a 1:26.9. That's a great time for the McLaren. You're behind him. There is a Mercedes just coming on the pit, around it. Is Morgan Hughes starting his flying lap, and there is a Red Bull behind him also doing as well. Just to cut to, you've got Scorenzi about to fly around the track. There's a Sauber having a bit of another moment on the straight, as Lochner does set a 128.07. No, but 7.2, sorry. I'm a little bit retarded with my camera work. As Millard on his debut sets a 126.6, and Damien on his return sets a 126.3. That is a great time for both drivers, and there's going to be more flying around the pits. Please stop spamming my thing. I can't see anything. Impulse sets a 126.1 on the intermediate tyres as the rain is still bucketing here. That's a good time for the Alpine driver. And his teammate, Beador, actually set to 126.6. So both Alpines in the top three, professional-wise. Samso set to 126.9. That's a good lap for the other Racing Bulls driver. Still, there is a Williams, I think, going to be able to cross the line now. It is Aussie Man starting his out lap. There is a Sauber coming his way through the caution in Sector 1. There is absolute carnage up into that second chicane. Drivers have stopped on track as Solzy is going to come into the pits and get off those inters. He's done a great job starting so far. You got Morgan Hughes flying on his flying lap now, coming around only well. It's a 127.1 as Mark sets a 126.6, and that is a good time for the for the Red Bull driver. Solzy says he's absolutely washed, and I mean, no. But anyway, you've got the Ferrari of Millard still flying around. He's going to do a cool down lap. Behind him, I believe that is an I have no idea who that is. I believe that is an Aston Martin. It is an Aston Martin of Ransdell. He's going to fly around the track, come across the line. What's he going to get? Only P11 behind his teammate with a 129.2. So not a bad time for either Aston Martin. They do need to pick up the pace a little bit if they want to get further up the grid. And there's a couple of drivers still crossing the line now. You've got I think that's another Alpine flying through. There is no improvements to see so far. As Santos going to cross the line now, he's a 3/10 up on his time, and he's crossed the line. No improvements there. 128.04 stamp. So coming to the line. There's so much carnage, just so many things going on. Yellow flags everywhere. Aussie Man's going to set a time, coming across the line now. He's actually invalidated his lap, so I've been absolutely mugged the fuck off with that man. Anyway, Aussie Power, fuck you all. Here we are. We've got Mark just slowing down a little bit. Maybe a bit of fuel come, and he's coming into the pits to get back in. Definitely low fuel there. Maybe even as well for Morgan Hughes. Only having enough fuel to set one lap. People flying into the pits. But Scorenzi is actually a 126.2. I forgot to look at that. That is my bad. Who doesn't love Mark, mate? Who doesn't love Mark? Everyone loves Mark. And we all hope he loves us back. Please. As Millard sets a 125.6. Was going to be the fastest lap so far, but Ransdell beats him out by 1/100th of a second there, and that's a much better improvement for the Aston Martin driver. Still gets to time is Meeksy, Aussie Man, Yuki, and Max Messiah, who's still in the pits. So there's a couple people still flying around the track, a couple people in the pits. There's an Aston Martin coming around now just to finish off coming through the pits. There is, I believe, there's a Williams just flying by there. And Aussie Man's going to fly around. We're going to watch him as he comes out of Parabolica. He's going to come around very wide. That's the approach you want to take here. And he comes over the line. Where's he going to pit himself into P8 in front of the McLaren of Solzy with a 126.7. Max's game has apparently crashed. And for some reason, he's going to be on provisional pole. I don't know how much to agree with that. Scorenzi's back, and it's still lovely, Flatman himself. As unbreakingly honest, apparently I've just seen right now he's actually retired as well. I don't know if that's just a skill issue or his internet's just absolutely fucked up. Alpine domination, maybe, who knows. Meeksy sets his time with a 125.8, and that's a great time for him. But Yuki sets a 125.6 and takes that provisional pole from Ransdell. This is definitely a quick driver. I have seen this man race in a couple league races. Aston Martin does finally have some decent Tier 1 drivers, and it's going to be a great sight to see. One team that is definitely needing of some points this weekend, and you do hope Ransdell and Loch Ness can continue. Tier 1 is definitely popping off, and let's just hope it pops off even harder in the race so I can waffle everyone's head off for that 4th time in about 2 days. Anyway, enough waffling. Jesus Christ. Enough waffling as I proceed to burst everyone's eardrums. We do have, if there is a McLaren, if I can just flick through his souls on a flying lap, he's going to come across the line now. He's not improving on his time. That is unfortunate for him. I only got it to waffle me up. Cars, you shut your mouth. Anyway, voice track and everything included, but batteries are not. You have to pay extra for that. Fuck's sake. You do have a mark on an outlap, and Scarenzi's going to come across the line now. He's just coming into the pits. He's mugged me off. Fuck's sake. Anyway, you've got Mixie and Yuki. Mixie's going to come across the line now. He's improving his time. Maybe it's just a double caught down lap for both drivers. No one is edging and no one is gooning. The only people going to be edging are people edging for that Tier 1 spot. A Tier 1? I mean P1. I am not doing my job. Jesus. Ransdell and Millard are absolutely flying today. They've both just... Hang on a minute. How's that work then? Sorry. My bad. Ransdell said a 124.5 on those inters. Holy hell. He is almost 9/10 of a second in front of P2, which is Miller, the 125.4. I almost had an aneurysm thing on the numbers, but that 4 is just absolutely essential for that Aston Martin. There's carnage in turn 1 as both Alpines just wait to get each other in that DRS. DRS is enabled actually, so it's actually extreme. It's the track and it's dried, and it's going to be time to slip on those soft tyres. Let's look at the tyres now. I believe that right now there's a lot of drivers actually on the softs. So the track's going to dry up, and you can actually see you've got Impulse and Beetle actually running out those soft tyres early. So they're going to have a really good chance. I mean, they might be a bit fucked because the rating is slightly still falling. That track may still be a little bit greasy. But they're going to get a nice little benchmark set out for everyone else to see what they can put up on these dry tyres. And we do hope, for my sake, that is going to be absolute carnage. Damien sets me up to P4. Yuki and Mixie sets them up to P2 and 3. Those good times for both of them. But there's a bit of a shit show behind here as people... Shorts feel back to the past. 30, shut the fuck up. And there's a bit of carnage with Millard and Aston Martin trying to get back into the pits, but they do that safely, I hope. Anyway, 2 Alpines are flying out on track. You can see that's Impulse. They're having a bit of a slip out to slip out there in Parabolic as he's going to come into pits, but his teammate's going to fly out. Scott does have a strong backing team. But you do wonder, where the fuck is Haas? There's no one driving in that Haas seat. No one's driving there. Solzy may indeed be in the mud. He's back down to P12. Holy hell. Haas is definitely throwing. Someone maybe should tell them to wake up. You know, their alarm clocks may have been a little bit late. Ransdell is still P1 with a 24.5. That is crazy. Let's just hope these soft tyres don't die. There's a caution in Sector 3. I believe there's just, I think it's just Mercedes letting the Williams of Damien by. He's going to fly around, still on those intermediate tyres, and when I fly around, he's going to fly back into the pits. And so will Morgan Hughes. So no one having the balls, I'm guessing, to fly around on those soft tyres yet. And I'm going to cut back to Full Bulldog, who set the fastest second sector, and then he proceeds to invalidate his lap. That really shows that the track is still a little bit slippery around some parts, as he does invalidate, and there's still people flying around. So for the sake of it, I'm just going to sit here in the pit lane, stuck on Impulse, and I'm just going to... Shut the fuck up. No one is gooning. No one's doing anything like that, alright? respectful. If you want to start gooning, you surely have to start joking. I mean, you have to really stretch it out like people are stretching these fucking cars. You stretch your car out across that line and just joke it for that provisional pole. Speaking of joking, Rainsford has definitely joked his car a lot more than Macy, as shown by his 4/10 of a second gap for P1 and 2, and everyone's here for support for everyone, especially Ellie for Scorenzi, and for the sake of it, if Scorenzi does get a good little race result, that's definitely an extra set of roast potatoes for his dinner. And anyway, Loch Ness sets a 25.4, I believe, on the softs, as he's the only driver out on track, and a decent lap, but not quick enough for a lot of intermediate tyres. Still waiting for drivers to fly out, as Loch Ness is still just going to gun it. And by gun it, he's currently 6/10 above his time, so he's not improving yet. Dave is having a shot me a 3-time World Constructorship. That is actually quite interesting. No one wants to be van mode. $5. Solzy's apparently taking it, and well, if there's carnage in tier 1, don't fucking do it. Tier 1 PTSD, Kazu, calm the fuck down, sunshine. Oh god. Anyway, Aussie man is going to start his flying lap, I believe. Why is Loch Ness slowing down all of a sudden? I think he's got no fuel, or is this a skill issue? Or maybe both. Anyway, you've got Meeksy coming out on the soft tyres. You can see him just slip out of Parabolica just like Impulse did on his outlap. So those tyres are going to be a little bit more grained than needed, as the Aston Martin of Loch Ness is just trundling all the way down. This might be a cooldown lap for the Aston, unless he's going to mug me off here and fly into the pits. He's actually going to take it full throttle out of Parabolica. Love that man. And I love him for not mugging me off as he runs over the smaller wet patches off the straight of Monaco. Monza, god damn it. Commentating is hard when you've got one person, and by hard, I don't mean Randall's penis when he sees himself still stuck on that P1 spot. He is definitely flying. Oh my god, a Ferrari just spun around it, and oh, that is not what you want to see for Millard. Spun around, just chilling in that middle spot. Maybe moved over to the other side of the track. Good man is moving over, and he's not those Alpines pass. Oh my lord. Millard, I'm not sure what happened. You just saw him as it was coming? Pause. You just saw him in the background there. I was looking to one of the drivers, and he's absolutely just fucked it on his home track for the Ferrari team, and the Tifosi are going to be calling for his head if he doesn't get at least a top 5 finish here in qualifying. As I scroll through my notes, I've lost all my notes, and it's all over the floor. Someone stop this man. Anyway, Jesus Christ, he's lowering his downforce. You're not wrong. That is one way to lower his downforce. Unfortunately, lowering your downforce that much is just mental, as he has lost part of his front wing, absolutely shitting it into that line. So run for that. It's going to change. Loch Ness sets a 1:23.0, and qualifying is done. These drivers are all going to set their times, and Loch Ness is only done for a 23.3 on those soft tyres. Someone can hopefully beat that. Otherwise, it's an Aston Martin 1 and 2. Stamso just took my words out of my mouth. Sets a 1:21.3. That is more like it. I have apparently been told that I need to scroll through the times. Aussie sets to 1:22.4. Yuki sets to 23.2. And Solzy coming back. Maybe a bit of redemption for that McLaren driver at 21.7. Who's going to come across the track next? There's Aston Martin flying around. It is Ransdell flying around. Can he beat his teammate? He's going to come around. There's a caution sector 3. Shitting the fan. Ali Asar's train at 20.4. And Morgan sets a 21.0. Almost flat. Holy shit. People are flying. Damien sets a 20.9. Things are hitting the bin. Mark goes up position. Scorenzi flies in. The Alpines are 2 and 3. Coming into the more shit. Makes he breaks up the Alpine sandwich. And there's a Ferrari coming now across the line. He's coming into the pits. Millard all the way down in P14. no time from Max, as he does have an absolute aneurysm of a shitbox of his internet. Leonardo apparently didn't wake up from his alarm, and so he's actually just asleep in the car. So that's good for him. And you see Fakana probably either having a quality ban or just a skill issue. But there is your man on pole position, the man on debut, Ransdell, with a 20.4. Holy balls! Holy balls, people stop spamming the chat. I understand everyone's excited, but holy fuck, stop it. And there are your times there. You've got Ransdell on pole with Beta just behind him. You've got Macy in P3 and Impulse P4, Serenzi P5, Damien P6, Morgan Hughes in P7, Samso and Mark in P8, Souls running at the top 10, everyone. And Aussie men setting all top 11 set times on the softs. You've got TTV, Yuki, Lockness, Millard, and Max. Just and those three missing out, as the other three down below are too shit to race in this league. Anyway, we're going to have a lot of fun. Solzy's been told to go straight through the polystyrene things off turn 1, and you know what that means. Shit's going to hit the fan. And by shit hitting the fan, someone is probably going to get raped into turn 1, as people usually do. But let's just hope, for the sake of it, you know, why not? You know, we love Carnage here in Tier 1. There was Carnage in Tier 2. Some GoldenSniper dickhead decided to fuck it into turn 1. Who cares about him anyway? We're never getting monetized. Who gives a shit about monetization when you've got a guy just throwing for his fucking head off? Star City in the steam rather than driving. Weather, I'm pretty sure it's going to be wet as balls. As you can see, it is raining. I'm not sure if it's going to be a dry line. There may be a dry line coming towards the end of the race. I'm not a weatherman. We need Mark for that. Thank you, Mark. It says it's raining, but I'm on hards. Damn. Souls, I think that's a sign that you've got a Ferrari strategist, even though you're a McLaren. Start on Souls. I reckon you just start full fucking wets, mate. It absolutely was good with the last minute rain. That was a Tier 2, you silly mug. Actually, it might have been both. I'm not sure. Anyway, Bosch. Fun. As you wait for these drivers, see the people in the paddock club just applauding the amount of shit that is going to happen. They're all rich Italian people. Unless, actually, if you do see that there are some different coloured folks, I'm not naming names. And by that I mean their hair colour, not their fucking skin. So, you know, some people up there who don't look too Italian. Someone is definitely bold, unless it's just me referencing my hairline. Funny enough, my hairline's actually referred to as parabolica because it curves so hard. And, yeah, just not good. I am only 20 and I need a hair transplant. That man is bold, as you can see. Top right, he's just chilling. That's actually an accurate representation of me. Holy fuck. Bold. Anyway. That is not what you like to see. Someone with a worse hairline than you in a video game as you wait for these drivers to fly out. For some reason, no one's readied up yet, which is good. It's good that no one's readied up. I'm sure a couple of people will definitely fix the receding hair particles off my head. Saltines, I don't think will do as well. They may cause me to shit myself. Anyway. Oh, God. Hashtag I need turkey. Anyway. I'm a low-key grab a snack. Why grab a snack when you can come into the fucking pit box, mate? Fuck you. Anyway. Let's just... I can't miss... We miss good racing. Brother. Just watch the stream on your phone. Honestly. It's that simple. Like, if you're getting this guy hard or mediums, maybe full wets would work solidly. You never know. I need help. Full wets. Definitely. Definitely. Thank you. Thank you, Kazu. At least you're on the same wavelength. Oh, waiting. Death incoming. There's actually going to be death incoming, mate. There's going to be death incoming. See, yeah, damn, I don't know what's up, bro. 15 people watching. 15 more people can watch me waffle about my hairline. And that man is still bald up the top right corner. Holy shit. As you got 5 red lights, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, 5 red lights, and here it's a bit of a late reaction from me, and the time has started for shit to hit the fan. There's carnage already, there's a sour in the wall already, coming to turn 1, will shit hit the fan here? And no, it seems Rangel's parked up, there's a Mercedes going absolutely wide, and there's just shit hitting the fan. There's a lot of places switching impulse to stock. Morgan, he's in a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting already. He's done a Lewis. He's done a Lewis already, just like last race. I see the Mercedes genes are well and truly rubbing off on this young, talented driver as he drops all the way to P9. Magnus on Damien. And, yeah, just a lot of shit happening. Everyone's apparently on the dry tyres. It looks the tyres now. Quickly, there's carnage everywhere as everyone's on the mediums apart from Max Messiah and Morgan Hughes. Everyone's shitting the bed, and at the back, Aussie Man's actually retired into the Lesmos corner. What the holy fuck is happening? He's stuck on track. Surely that's a safety car. Surely that's a safety car. Someone's been humped by a flying McLaren. I've never heard those words out of anyone's mouth, but holy shit. Aussie Man retiring on track, pulling over, and that is the first retiree on the very first lap. You silly mug. Anyway, Rangel's about 1.4 seconds as you saw the very next lap of for B-Dot. And let's see if shit can roll and truly hit the fan. As you look back here, you've got a lovely battle for P6. You've got Impulse on the board with now, who's got Mark and Solly Company. Behind him, Loughnane to try and move down the inside. They make contact, almost like a Max Verstappen move on Lewis Hamilton a couple years ago, and forces 2 cars actually off the track. Holy shit, there's carnage everywhere into the first corner. Impulse decides to shunt the shit out of poor little Loughnane. And another, I think it's another Red Bull behind, but Yuki just actually said, fuck you all, I'm taking that piece. And so there's contact again between Impulse and another driver as the Kane has left the session. That's unfortunate for him. You can see him actually pissing down the track. And just like Parenta last week, shit isn't hitting the fan. The poor FIA are going to have an absolute shit show. And speaking of shit shows, for Kane to say, it's not for bad to worse. He's almost enforced off track there by Loughnane, and he's dropping in the order quicker than I can still talk about my dropping of my hairline. It's going further back than Parabolica's curve. Holy shit. Holy shit, when I come back to the front of the grid, we've got Football Dog trying to get onto the back of Randall, and we've got behind him, you got Scorenzi in that P3, so it's skill issues everywhere, cars do. I know, holy shit. Anyway, DRS is possibly going to be activated here. No! It hasn't been activated, so it's still really fuck off wet. It's still really wet here in Monza, so the DRS hasn't been activated. So that means shit, it's all down to pure, unadulterated pace and absolute shit. Holy fucking, just stands there almost taking it wide off the first chicane. Solzy and Yuki's gonna have a massive battle here as behind him Solzy has dropped so many positions. Holy shit, he's dropped to P8 starting. I forgot where he fucking started. He started P10. Oh boy, this race has been carnage. Maybe people are getting for enters. People did get for enters in Tier 2 yesterday. I'm not naming names. Huge funny man named GoldenSniper, who some people thought he could have actually won the race. But you see, Solzy here stuck on those mediums. Everyone's stuck on the mediums. There's almost contact between Impulse and another driver again. Miller gets by the Alpine, and Solzy's going to fly through possibly in the trickier rainy conditions. Maybe some drive later in the race to the battle. In the front, I'm completely missing out on. It is Beta who is catching in on that man Ransel, but Impulse is slowly catching up to Millard. As you see, Solzy here can try the overtake on the Alpine. A bit of a late weave there from the Alpine. Who knows what the fuck the Solzy think like. The very late dive bomb there from Solzy, and he gets it done beautifully as he watches the Alpine just trundle down the order. Holy shit. Seeing holy shit when he comes back to Millard. He's actually got Yuki in front of him. He's got speed down that back straight. but Yuki's got Mark there, and Yuki's going to try an audacious move to turn one. Is he going to make it sick? He does make it sick. Mark's going to try a little bit of a switchback, but Yuki holds that door closed harder than, I don't know, Andrew's getting. We're seeing Beetle into Pidge. There's contact there between Millard and Yuki as Yuki takes that inside line beautifully. He's got Millard there, and Mark, and Solzy, and Impulse all there in a little bit of a train for themselves, and this is really what we love to see here in IRL battles up and down the grid, up and down every single which way corner, and you are hearing the worst commentator to waffle over it. Holy shit. As you come out of last month, you still have Ransdell leading the race for Aston Martin on his debut. He's just flying around this track. He's just second in front of this man of Impulse. Sorry, Beidot. Words are words and they're tricky. But you've got Sorenzi, no safety cars out yet. That is really shocking when he cut down Sorenzi, who's got an Impulse for company. Oh my god, I said it again. I'm going to lose my job. Anyway, he's got Beto in front of him, he's got Ransdell, and they're all in that small little train where DRS would be activated, but it's still extremely fucking wet. Anyway, Sorenzi now is going to try to get as close as he can to that Alpine. And maybe no safety car, even for Red Williams, maybe the Williams retired on track. Who knows? He did seem to move out of the last mile time tyre near that second, almost to the rundown to the Ascara chicane. Andrew's done schoolwork, and surely Ransdell's done his fucking homework on everyone here, as he's still about a second in front of that of that damn Alpine. As Meek says, that's a fast lap of 27.5 when it can't now over to Yuki. He's got Millard. He has a bit of a slip here coming into the second chicane there, and the Ferrari's going to lead away. That time has definitely been shitting the bed. Swordy is definitely Andrew's replacement, and Andrew is happy for that man himself stuck in P3, but he's got Beto in front to get past Yuki. Still going to get past this man of Millard in the Ferrari. 9 positions gained for the Ferrari himself. He started P14. He's absolutely flying now. With all that carnage in the first lap or two, you have to wonder, a lot of pressure to get to him. He's a new driver, new faces, new people to race against, and let's see if he can handle the pressure and the carnage of this absolute shitbox. As you've got Yuki coming down to the part of my hairline, aka Parabolica, coming down to to the Parabolica. He's flying around the exit. Lovely entry and exit for both of them. Bit of a snap there from the Sauer. I'm going to look now to the massive long straight. Mark is just closing up slow behind the Sauer, but Yuki is going to get that slipstream from the Ferrari. Not enough like DRS, but he's going to break that a little bit earlier, just to make sure he doesn't whack into the back of Mr. Millard. As Loch Ness is actually in a pit. He's actually in a pit early on lap 6 of 27 here. What's he in the pit on? It looks like he's pitting on intermediate tyres. It's a very massive gamble here for the Aston Martin team. And that is definitely going to get him in the short run with this rain coming out. But you have to wonder how long will these Inters tyres last, and when will it start to dry up as he comes out second last in P15. He's got Max behind him, P16. I don't know if the rain's stopping. I don't know what's going on. The rain is still falling. As you're going to look now to Unbroken Leonardo, who does have a time penalty, maybe 3 seconds for track limits. I do look at it really quickly. It is a 10-second time penalty. I'm not sure. Just real quick, we'll look at the incidents. He's got speeding up pit lane, 10-second time penalty for that Ferrari driver. And Ransdell is definitely pulling away from Sorenzi, who actually gets the overtake done on that Alpine. He's going to whisk it away down the long straight. Speeding the pits is not something you want to see every day, but it does happen. You got Sorenzi P2 still behind around 2 seconds to the man of Ransdell, who's still leading this race. An absolute flyer for the Aston Martin team. Definitely going to get all the points as Impulse and Solzy are fighting it down the straight. You can see Solzy just yielding the position to the Alpine, who almost takes a little bit wide out of the entry of that corner. And let's see what these two can do, as Aston are definitely clutching right off the points. They actually have decent drivers now. The rain is slowed down. It's actually dried up a little bit, and the rain is slowing to the point where DRS has been back enabled. So maybe Lockness's gamble has absolutely shot him in the foot. People think, who's this fucking bonehead betting on the Inters? Holy shit. He's betting on the Inters, and for now it's going to be a good gamble. But as the rain stops falling, it's been an absolute shitbox for the Aston Martin, man. Holy fuck. Anyway, Yuki's got, again, he's got that Ferrari of Millard in front of him. Soldi is just slowly dropping down the order. He's stuck in P9 trying to get past someone. Anyway, you got Yuki trying to get past that Ferrari. I've seen words. Holy shit, I'm saying words I can't even be supposed to be. For fuck's sake, English is a hard language. Oh, Ferrari almost is slipping in a parabolic. You've seen a couple of drivers do that on this slippery track. Let's see if Yuki, with DRS in tow now, is going to get that move done on Millard, or will he absolutely rape him into turn one? My GoldenSniper did a couple hours ago in tier 2. He keeps it nice and tight, and he keeps it nice on track. There's a caution check there. Makes it actually hit the wall out of Parabolica. As you can see it, just to the left, makes his absolutely slapped in with a safety car. The first one of this race. Makes it unfortunate for him. You can just see on that left side, coming out of Parabolica, the stricken Sauber. That is really worrying, and Mixie is dead. Misaki is not going to be happy. There's a drive-through penalty for Fakana for speeding under the safety car. His Delta is absolutely cooked, and holy shit. Holy shit, we're in for a good one, lads. The rain has stopped. The rain stopped. The track is still a little bit greasy. This is a deadly sport. Thanks, Kazu. Holy shit. Meeks is dead. We do want to express our condolences to Meeks' family in these troubling times here. Yeah, that's your issue. Anyway. So it seems the bottom four of Morgan, Leonardo, Lockton, and MSI are the only drivers who did pit, I believe, as they do have all 2 stops. Coming to start as Broken Leonardo's going to drive through now for speeding under the safety car. He's dropping all the way back to P14 and gets that place back from Max, who's still in dead last. Holy shit, as everyone in front now is going to be pinning off the hard tires, maybe going to the hards towards the end. You've got a football dog just getting in and maybe getting in on those hard tires. You built the tires real quick. People are stopping. Everyone's switching onto the hard tires, apart from Max, who's stuck it on the mediums. So that is a bit odd. He's definitely going to win the short race. He's definitely going to win the short-term race. If this were maybe 4 or 5 laps, he's definitely... Oh, God. Jesus, Kazu! Anyway. Safety car, he's flying around. He's just going to collect everyone. Scarenzi is leading the race. He got the pit stop. Beautiful on Ransdell. Andrew sends his condolences to... I don't know why he's sending it to Kazu, but we love it. Failure of the Halo. Roman Grosjean Law. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Jesus Christ, lads. We are definitely not getting monetized. Oh my god. He was said he'll take a penalty, but he's fucking dead. Jesus Christ. Holy balls. That is not what we like to see. People joking about another driver's death. Mixie. Poor lad. Mr. Misaki is definitely going to be worried seeing one of his drivers who did a Tom Price. He's been decapitated by literally pussyfooting the wall at about 20 miles an hour. Absolutely never joke about such harsh shit. Who's his fucking bonehead, Kazu, eh? Who's his dickhead? Speaking of boneheads, George deserved the drive-through. You know what? That's George Russell's fault any day of the week. I reckon that's George Russell's fault. He cut out of Parabolica, his ghost came in and swiped Meeksy. How about that, then? his fault for existing. Fuck's sake, guys. Jesus Christ. As the drivers are warming up their tyres, Scorenzi is leading the race, and his number one fan, Ellie, is absolutely excited with that. That's definitely 2 servings of roast potatoes on his plate. Someone also get him an extra steak, because I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. As you wait for the safety car to come into lap, let's look at the shape of Monza as I turn my head like a retard. It looks like a boot, and Aussie man makes you been booted out of the race because I've DNF'd. Holy fuck, I need things to do. Anyway, I was going to watch these drivers fly around the and once. I'm pretty sure the safety car is going to come in this lap. I'm going to make it. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you for making it Sorrento roast potatoes for the sake of it. I'm still gooning. And then, no. Holy shit, safety car's in this lap. Sorry. Oh my god. Stop grinning in the VIP section, for fuck's sake. You see the drivers warming their tyres up. Oh my god, stop. Fucking a carnage is ensuing. Sorenzi's gonna lead everyone out. Everyone's warming their tyres up, but you see Lost Yuki doing a Kimi Raikkonen who said fuck warming their tyres. And speaking of sending it, Sorenzi's gonna fucking send around Parabolica, shits in the fan, everyone's flying out, safety car comes in, and we are back underway. People are calling for death like Death Race or Jason Statham went to the early 2000s, and death is surely what we're gonna get you. The yellow, the red flags are out. Coming to turn 1, what the fuck is going to happen? Sorenzi takes it nicely, everyone takes it nicely, no one's hitting the shitter, and everyone takes the second corner. Absolutely lovely. Speaking of lovely, massive 3-second time penalty, not surprised. Anyway, as I stop laughing from people saying they're gooning in the VIP section, Sorenzi's leading the race, Max the retard. Why could we have that for lap 1 instead? Shut up, Kazu. People want death, and I want death, and people want carnage, so I call for carnage. Speaking of carnage, fucking Randall is flying into Sorenzi's rear end. Now my rear end, that does not mean the back of his car. I got murder on my mind, Seeing a murder on my mind. Maybe Randall's gonna murder Sorenzi here on this back straight. He gets a lovely exit there and he's gonna come through and take the lead of the race. Maybe he does. You'll have a front wing just ahead of the Red Bull there, but Sorenzi's coming. They're gonna take it down to Parabolica. They've got 3 wide with Football Dog coming behind him, and Sam's just gonna try to get moved on the Alpine, but Randall gets that move lovely for his team. His fastest laps flying everywhere, because those hard tyres are definitely coming into play here. Sorenzi takes the lead back on the fucking straight, coming into turn 1. There's going to be death! Ah! There's death for the Alpine of Football Dog. Holy shit. Football Dog has been massacred by someone. Maybe Stamso, as he did move up a position. Holy fuck. Ghosting does not deserve to be on. Kazi just shit himself. Kazi just shit himself. We need to clean up. We need Andrew, can you go sort that out, please? Holy fuck. Please sort that out. Sorenzi leading an absolute carnage-filled Italian Grand Prix here in Monza, and seeing a carnage, even more carnage to start lap 12. Saying it's starting lap 12, we're all there for fucking lap 12. We're coming up to Circuit Chain. I need my fucking job rescinded. Holy fuck. Anyway, they've just come out of sorry. Sorenzi is still flying through. Maybe if he wins this race, Elliot, get him 2 steaks, 3 servings of roast potatoes, and just a little bit of spicy mustard. Why the fuck he put spicy mustard on either of them, I don't know. That's not my problem anymore. But yeah, just give him some good, hard, just food. for the sake of it. He needs his energy after everything that's been happening. He's definitely going to be having an aneurysm. Speaking of aneurysm, there's carnage, and Football Dog's dropped in the order again. He's dropped into PA, and there's some damage and shit happening everywhere. Sorenzi's dropped into P5. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. Holy fuck, the steward's gonna have a field day. Dan, if you're in the fucking thing, I'm not sure if Sorenzi has damage. He might. I did see an M-Play fly, it's not his. Who was that retard? I don't know, he's just fucking bonehead, Andrew. Samso is gonna get his head caught for here by Andrew. Holy shit. I can't do my job anymore, holy fuck. Too much waffling everywhere, bro. Seeing a waffling, Samso's had enough of everything and climbs up to P2, overtaking the Ferrari about 47 years ago, but I can't do my job again. Holy fuck. Oh boy, we're here in starting lap 14. We're going to cut across the Stanton, who's got DRS on that Aston Martin in front. Let's see what has happened. We're going to quickly check Beto because Andrew said he's going to have my head. To have my head, everything's happening. There's contact between Mark and Beetle there. Is there damage on that Alpine? There's going to be a shit ton of damage now for his Talon, maybe, as he drops in all the way to P10. Mark, you silly bitch. You're wanting to take away your dinner for 30 minutes and then give you food. I don't fucking know anymore. I'm not that old. But it seems Beetle doesn't have that much damage. But yeah, just not a good race for either Alpine, both in incidents early on and shit in the fan. Drewski, Andrew, my boy, has threatened Mark with castrating his balls, so that's not good for Mark. Samso is definitely on the charge. He's definitely maybe looked at the stewards with a couple of incidents flying his way. Speaking of incidents, there's going to be another incident here with Samso, who's going to absolutely fuck it into Parabolica. You've got Rangel in front of him, you've got Samso, and you've got Millard and Lost Yuki and Sorenzi. Everyone from P1 to P7 give me a fuck off DRS train. I'm going to cut to Samso here, who's going to get past that Aston Martin, flying through for the lead of the race. That's a good move for the Racing Balls driver. As he comes down to the start of the sector, there's Rangel flying off on the edge, and he's smacked it and fucked it. Ellie's prayers have been answered. Sorenzi is absolutely flying back up into P4. Ellie wants people to move, and for now, it seems Rangel has definitely answered her prayers. As Sorenzi now, he's going to get on the back of the saber of Lost Yuki, but he's got Millard and Samso in front of him as well for company as Samso leads the way down out of the second Lesmos corner. I need to catch my fucking breath. Holy shit. Samso terrorism is definitely something flying his way. But yeah, who knows, 3 more to move and 3 more people to fuck it into the wall. Samso terrorism looks like fans. What about Golden Terrorism? That man is... Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Sorenzi's been overtaken by the Alpine of Impulse there as you come now to lap 16. Samso is still in the lead, but he's got Millard on his day. He's actually done really fucking well here. And Millard is going to take the lead of the race from the terrorist of Samso coming in to the first corner. No one's died yet. Everyone is clean. Samso almost getting a nice little sniff of that Ferrari's ass. But everything is well and truly lovely as they're coming up now to the second chicane. I fuck off my headphones and I fuck everything up every day of the week. You got Yuki here still in behind both of these drivers, taking the curves. Lovely there. His eyes are definitely going to last in the race. Max is on 9-lap-old mediums. Maybe it'd be a good time to piss maybe in about fucking 5 laps, mate. I don't fucking know if you're on the mediums, they're going to be dead. Anyway, fun. It's been fun. There's DRS in tow. Way! We got DRS in Monza. And his charge chicane is definitely one of the weirder spots to fucking put it. But as you come out seeing the exit now, Samso has definitely had the better of the two exits of Samso and Yuki. But Yuki's got a lot of straight line speed. Definitely the wings are going to be a little bit lower. He breaks a little bit early to not hit in front of that man. Sorenzi's dropping down the order. He's been overtaken by Renzel on that left hand side. DRS can come in tow. DRS doesn't even possibly need to be needed for Lost Yuki. He's going to have a lovely tow from the back of that Ferrari. There's going to be carnage involved. He's done a lovely move. He's done an Alex Albon all the way back in Montreal. That's a great move for P1. Lost Yuki is got the lead of this race by the scruff of his neck. He's took on the prancing horse and made him shit himself so fucking hard. Holy shit, that's definitely a move for overtaking the week. Maybe overtaking the season. Holy fuck, what a move from the Sauber driver as he now gaps the shit out of the prancing horse. We're calling it now the shitting horse. He needs to shut himself. Maybe it's a little extra weight to his car. Holy fuck. Holy fuck, what a move from the Sauber. And just a lot of shit happening in this race. Thank you, Lewis. Fuck this Lewis, dude. Anyway. Holy fuck. Samso Rage dive bombing coming. We're going to cut to Samso now. He's got Millard in front of him. And Yuki is still leading this race. Maybe that's Yuki Tsunoda and not Lost Yuki. Who knows? I mean, why would Yuki Tsunoda be driving a Sauber right now? Maybe he's 47 years old. Samso gets overtaken by Impulse, who didn't even need DRS. And Scorenzi gets past Damien as they fight for P6 and cut across to him. They're side by side here into the first corner. Is it going to be shit hitting the fan? No shit hits the fan. Everyone does it lovely. Solzy gets past Mark down that first corner. It's a lovely move from the McLaren. And he's almost forced a bit wide from Mark touching his arse. Anyway, a bit weird. Anyway, holy shit, there's about a tenth between Millard and Yuki. Yuki has actually lost that position to the Ferrari. The prancing horse is back, and he's certainly going to gap the shit out of his lowly Sauber. Speaking of gapping, Impulse has come from out of nowhere to overtake about 47,000 cars in front of him. Even the fucking Queen's been overtaken again, and she's fucking dead. Anyway, Impulse is flying down that DRS and got a lot more speed than that Sauber. Is the braking zone going to be fine and dandy? It absolutely is. But behind him, you've got Ransdell, who's still going to be fighting for that podium spot on his debut. Speaking of debuts, Miller's having a debut to remember if he can keep shit in the fan. Speaking of shit in the fan, Impulse going to try to dive down off Parabolica. He's going to get them done on Yuki, and he's going to have DRS and prime position for the lead of the race. Behind him, Ransdell and Lost Yuki have got a massive tow on everyone. Lockton sits another space on the for corner cutting. What's going to happen here? Into turn one. Shit's going to hit the fan. The camera angle's horrendous. Someone cut it quickly. Holy shit. Ransdell's done a good move, and Impulse takes the lead of the race. Holy fuck. Holy fuck, Morgan Hughes gets past Mark for P9. Solzy's dropped down to P11. And no other real moves. Scorenzi is at P7. Morgan Hughes and Mark have a lovely battle here to the second chicane. 3-second time penalty for Unbroken Leonardo. As turns the second chicane, nothing no one makes a move. Morgan keeps that P9 spot as he cut back to the front of the group. We've got Millard, who's still got Ransdell in front, but Yuki is a lot quicker and a lot closer than the Ferrari is to the Aston Martin. He's going to dive bomb. Almost looked at it for a 1 second. Cars is telling Leo to wrap it up, and I mean, I would as well if I've got less points than a man who left after Canada. Not going to name names. Anyway, as I take a deep breath to calm my fucking nerves down, his lap 20 going to be flying down. Ransdell possibly having a comeback here. He's got a really good pace on his debut. Both Ransdell and Miller, good pace for both of them. Maybe on for a debut podium reach as Impulse leads the way, but there's going to be a 3 wide into turn 1. Is going to be carnage. Impulse actually yields a position, and Miller and Ransdell are touching each other, and they've touched on to Impulse. Impulse is hooked on to the side of Ransdell, and he's lost a couple positions. He's actually lost down all the way to P6 as Damien's going to dive down the inside of the Alpine and just absolutely cunt that man's confidence down the order. Suey. Anyway, dirty Aston Martin, dirty shitbox. Get that man in the bin! Sorry, I don't want to be quite rude. This is absolutely absurd, absolute shit hitting the fan. Ranzo's got DRS. Fucking everyone's got DRS. Even bloody Christian's got DRS, and he's all the way in fucking, he's like 20 minutes away. Holy fuck. Oh my god, here is an 8-car train. It is P1 to P8. That is definitely an 8-car train. Mark with 3 some time play for track limits. I don't know why the Intrepid Racing League is asking himself why there is an 8th thing and then answering his own fucking question. Damn, even before DRS, Yuki's going to try that move on the Ferrari, but behind him, Ranso's going to try a move on the Ferrari, so he's going to come towards the left. Defending is definitely needed from the Ferrari, but he's able to, for P3, Ranso takes over the curb a little bit aggressively, jumps his car over, and holy shit, there's going to be carnage somewhere. I want a safety car. I want death. Let's see, Yuki taking the second chicane. I calm myself down for the 47th time. Ranzo almost corner cut of that second chicane, you silly boy. Anyway, there's a small little gap, 7 tenths now. Yuki's getting on that Aston Martin that time. He's slowly dropping in. Kazu just told the Intrepid Racing League Twitch to shut up. Jesus Christ, boys, we're all advantage of toddlers here. Still got shot of people driving like it's Monaco into that lovely, I don't know what fucking corner it is. Anyway, Yuki's still out in front. Stop gooning for fuck's sake. Stop gooning for fuck's sake, people. Holy shit. Someone's gonna have a slip up and someone's gonna be gooning hard. Stop it, Andrew. Fucking hell. Oh, lap 22, he's going to be carnage here towards the end of, there's about 5-6 laps left. There's an 8-car shit show for P1. Everyone's so close together. Holy shit, Damien's just like the center in the inside of Stam, so he's going to make the mistake. No, that Red Bull, that Racing Balls is definitely a lot quicker. Speaking of a lot quicker, he's fucked it out of that second exit. Serenity may have damage, or it's just a skill issue on his part, but it got him really quickly. Doesn't seem like damage yet. It seems like he's absolutely fucking it. Who is giving you laughing? Sam. Shush. Shush. Anyway, holy fuck. Carnage everywhere here at Monza. It's a bit of a boring shit show. Nothing really anything yet from the last couple of laps, but it's definitely carnage at the start. Meeks' unfortunate death is definitely going to get some people eyebrow racing. Why this race hasn't been red flagged? Shut the fuck up. Alright, here we are. We've got lap 23 now. Yuki still out in front by 7 tenths. Millard behind him. P2, but we're going to cross the rascal now. Who's gaining to that prancing horse, that shitbox of a Ferrari. There's a caution in sector 1. It is Unbroken Leonardo fucking himself into the second little whiny left bit. Ranzel gets that moved on the Ferrari and puts him into P2. Shut up, it was nothing. It was nothing. It was just Unbroken Leonardo having another steel issue. Anyway. Max, he's still on those fucking on those mediums. Pit, for God's sake. Maybe just get the fastest lap and fuck yourself off. Impulse. Football Dog gets moved on that terrorist stamp. So, speaking of terrorism, he's just knocked him off track. That's a 47 place grid penalty for next week, you silly mug. No one, he is not doing the team prep. There's only 2 fucking cars in it. I mean, yeah, you have 2 drivers. But, maybe, he should get replaced. Next question. Lap 23 coming up to a Sky chicane now. No one's diving down the inside. No one's having an absolute shitbox. Serenity gets a 3-second time play for track limits. Oh my god. Stop it. Stop. Why did people not learn that track limits are supposed to stay inside those beautiful white lines? Damien has a bit of a snap. And can he possibly spoil the party for one of these boys here today. Maybe a nice plate of roast potatoes could definitely get that man's confidence up, Ellie. New drive for Ferrari. Threat. So go for a new lineup. Definitely could put Leo's seat under threat. Speaking of Leo, he's just pit for those soft tyres, and he's been lapped by about 47% of the field. Oh my fuck, he's not a day for that man in the Ferrari seat. The only driver so far lapped, which is not good. If you're anyone, just ask Daniel all the way back, actually a couple of days ago, he was only a lap when I did a Chinese GP, and he decided to start fucking into the wall somewhere, I don't know. Maybe headbutt the wall. Who the fuck knows? Larkness and Max are also pinning. Everyone's gonna be prepped, everyone's strapped to their fucking seats, and I'm not sitting down, I'm just standing up. So I'm not strapped to anything, just the floor and my feet. As we are here, the end of lap 24, down the order is Football Dog, who's got a 3 cent time over track limits, but his position won't be on the threat as Morgan Hughes is 9 seconds behind. Turn Parabolica. Parabolica, fuck yeah. Love that name, great name for a corner. Bloody love that. Kazu, what do you think of Parabolica, you silly sack of shit? Speaking of silly sacks of shit, Millard, Yuki and Damien all have DRS. No one makes a move. No one's sad enough to bomb it down the first corner. And speaking of bombing it, Randall's for some reason shat himself. And Damien gets spot up for P3 as you know, look towards a lovely drive on his debut. 9-minute fuel everywhere for everyone. Definitely for Ransdell and definitely for Aston Martin, as they really wanted a debut podium for this man. He may have been killed. He's still alive, Andrew. Calm down. There's no damage on his car unless it's just a skill issue. Jesus fuck. Anyway, there's a battle here for that P1 spot. Who's going to have the balls to dive down the last couple of corners of this lap 25? We're coming out to Sarah Shane. Yuki is still leading the way on this race. Damien gets a 3 second time break for track limits, so that's to put his race in jeopardy. That's definitely going to fuck his chances of a podium. And holy shit, it's just from bad to worse as Randall gets a move on that Williams, flies around for P3, and it's definitely, as Damien's actually going to come fighting back, he's fought back so well, he's fought back so hard, and what's going to happen here? Damien and Randall are having a massive battle, they're going wheel to wheel, rubbing his racing, shit's hit the fan, Damien's going to drop down a position, shit's going to hit the fan anymore, coming into turn 1, he's anyone going to come to, there's a lock up there from the Williams, but nothing yet as Impulse gets through on the Williams driver. Who's going to have the better exit out of these two? It's going to be Impulse. It's actually going to be Damien with that inside line. Almost a bit of contact actually with both him and Impulse coming down out of that long right-hander as he comes to the second chicane. No one decides to fuck it into the wall and no one decides to make a move. But here we go. Last last corners. Damien is still waiting, preaching for that P3 towards it. Randall in front. The DRS is going to be open. There's an 8-car battle, an 8-car shit show. People have got penalties. People are flying everywhere. Stop it! This is not the oh my lord Max moment. Speaking of holy shit, there's moves everywhere. Done. Yuki gets a move done on Randall. He's actually moved back up to P2. Damien's dropped down to P5. Impulse has a 3 second time penalty for track limits. The top three and the only ones that don't have a track limits. Impulse almost gets forced wide by the Sauber. What's going to happen here? Coming into Parabolica, he takes a wide line, but he gets a much better exit than a couple of cars, but he still drops down. Millard losing first place to Randall coming into the first corner. The Sauber almost gets forced wide. Yuki's going to have a run down on everyone. He's going to come down the inside. What's going to happen? Everyone's so close. There's rubbing between Yuki and Randall coming into it. They've almost made contact and they've almost fucked it. Yuki has a bit of a slip up and he's losing so many positions near the back of this grid. Randall taking that P2 spot back from everyone. Yuki gets a move on Impulse. He actually makes 2 moves and he says, fuck you, Randall. Fuck you. I'll have that P2. takes the curb a little bit aggressively, and Ransel is going to be right up his ass as Millard is going to run away from this shit down to Laserloss. He's going to be a Ferrari win in their home race. I was clowning them for shitting the bed in qualifying, but as you look towards the positions gained, 13 positions for that man in the Ferrari who's leading this way. I can't breathe and I'm commentating. Holy fuck. Holy shit. Run down to Parabolica. It looks like it's going to be a great battle here for P2. Millard is leading the way down the long straight up the back. There's going to be even more carnage here coming in. Impulse going to take that P2 spot under everyone's nose. Yuki's going to get in that P3 back, but it's this man on screen, Millard, coming across the line to win here in Monza. And a couple of drivers are flying down there. There's carnage already in the final corner as someone's decided to lose their end play on the straight. Holy shit. Millard wins the Italian Grand Prix. Yuki and Randall move up into P2 and P3 to the formula due to impulses. Fucking time penalty. Damien 6, P5, Football Dog, Strenzi, Stanso, Morgan Hughes and Solzy round out your top 10 and missing out on a top 10. Holy shit. Fakana decides to fuck it into the wall. Rounding out your top 11 until the points finishes. Oh, Mark and Fakana just missing out on points. Is this man? There's still massive amounts of battling here. Holy shit, Logness and Max are going to have a nice little scrap down the outside. It's Max. He's dived down a Parabolica, gets the move done for P13. No DRS going to save that man. He moves it for P13 on track. But is there going to be a penalty flying in? No, he won't. He keeps P13. Through goes Max onto Parabolica. And unfortunately, Leonardo finishes last of the running drivers. That man lost. Yuki gets a driver of the day from the game. And what a race. I need a drink. Holy fuck. I'm losing my voice. That man on screen, Millard, on his debut, the Englishman, winning here in Monza. It's definitely, as some would say, a Pierre Gasly-esque drive, fighting from the back of the grid, all the way up to the front. Shit's hitting the fucking fan. I can't speak. Holy shit, the podium celebrations are there. You've got Ranzel and he lost Yuki for company on the podium, but it's a good day for Ferrari in their home race here in Italy. Holy fuck, what a race here in Monza. Everyone is definitely proud of that. A lot of carnage towards the end, especially with a couple of drivers in those time penalties, ruining their chances of a podium, but definitely getting good points. But there's there's actually 3 debutants, all 3 of them on the podium. Oh god. Love how they don't let us scroll through the fucking data. Love that. But 3 debutants on the podium. You got the Ferrari of, I forgot his name already. That's Millard. Sorry. Millard on debut, getting his podium. Holy shit. Millard, Ransdell and Yuki, all 3 on debut on the podium. And what a win again for Ferrari in their home race. I'm GoldenSniper, and I hope you've had a wonderful time watching IRL Round 10 in Monza. Toodaloo, motherfuckers. You fucking